Hi.
Hey, what's up, lady?
How you
I,
doing?
I, I know it took long enough to get here.
No, you're fine. I know you're busy. I was just gonna ask you if you wanted to reschedule. I didn't want to.
Nah, we don't reschedule. We don't reschedule. We here. We
The
here. I was
studio was.
talking. Shout out to my man Ricky Batts. He's talking to Ricky Batts on the line. He's trying to get his Pro Tools right. He got a nice studio up in Springfield, Massachusetts. And then I'm next door to Kiss. We working on some stuff with Swizzy and all that. So what's going on? How you been?
Nice. I've been good. How about you?
Working my ass off, man, for 2022. I'm trying to like make a real bigger impact this year.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
ma'am. Yes,
hopefully we
ma'am.
can talk about that.
Yes, ma'am.
How
Yeah,
was your holiday?
it was great. And yours?
I mean, it was just another day for me.
I mean, we in some troubled times. You know what I'm saying? Like, we on what? We on what's his name? Verona? Like, it's
Yeah. We on
COVID. Like, we up
something.
to the V. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know, right?
We had
Next
the
is
C
gonna be
before.
numbers.
Now we up to the O. Now we on the D, the V. So it's troubled times, man. But you gotta learn to appreciate good people, appreciate your family, the ones that's close to you. You know what I'm saying? The closest to you. You know what I mean? Because we're losing them by the daily, man. It's crazy out here.
Yeah, we really are. It
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah, it seems like they off and all the historians. Like we're losing all our black historians, all of our leaders. You know what I'm saying? We losing a lot of friends at young ages. Like we losing a lot of artists to gunfire. So it's nuts right now, man. So all you got to do is just hold on to what's there, man. Hold on to what's next to you. You know what I'm saying? Love and appreciate the people that stick by you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and if you believe in God, stay prayed up or pray to
That's
whoever
right.
it is.
That's right. That's right. So how you been in your situation coming from where I saw you at? We was up in what show? It was a Kiss
Connecticut.
Show? Connecticut, yeah. From Connecticut all the way to where you at now? South Carolina?
No, I'm in Florida.
In Florida, right. My family hometown. Dade County, what up? Dade County, what up?
Okay, I'm in Orange County. I'm in Orlando.
I know Orange. Orange is dope.
Yeah, I haven't made it to Dade yet though.
So y'all not even affected by this 8 below weather we dealing with up here, right? We look like we're Eskimos right now because we're dealing with like eight below weather.
Yeah, I see. No, we got nice sunnies. I had my feet in the pool the other day. So
look at y'all kids. Dang, y'all. We stick our hands outside in the cold and we're getting frostbitten right now.
Yeah, that's why I left Maryland.
Yeah.
I had to leave Baltimore. I don't do the cold.
That's right. So we're gonna interview me today, huh?
Yes, we're gonna interview you today.
What you wanna know? I got all the gossip. Nah, I'm just playing.
What's the gossip? Give me the tea.
Nah. We're working on another album. We're working on the album. Boy, come with an album. Let's make something happen.
We're gonna talk about that. But before we talk about that, for all of the viewers that aren't familiar with who you are and your work, could you tell them who you are? I know who you are, but you're
Some
Dayzel
people
The
don't.
Machine.
It's cool. I'm cool. Yeah, I'm Dayzel The Machine. You know what I'm saying? I'm the official engineer of the locks. You know what I'm saying? I worked after Poobs and with Poobs. Poobs is definitely the pack of this whole situation. Y'all know his subtitle. That's definitely him. He held it down for like 15 something years. He's into doing movies right now and writing films and scripts. So I've been holding it down ever since 2013. I've been here since 2009. You know what I'm saying? Snipe Life, AP. You know what I'm saying? I'm missing one, but Straw, all of them. You know what I'm saying? Large amounts. I can't forget large amounts. You know what I'm saying? But the whole family embraced me in when I first came. We fast forward, did the Trinity EPs. You there? Trinity EPs, which went successful. That took them on major tours. They went to do their legendary thing and made wild noise with the Trinity EPs and went on tours forever. You know what I'm saying? With those independent EPs. And then fast forward, we started back making so much noise. The labels came in, wanted to start offering the brothers the good business situations. And then, you know, we started doing albums again. You know what I'm saying? We never stopped, but, you know, they never stopped. But, you know, I just jumped in the legacy. It's like dived in, you know what I'm saying? Double Dutch, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they rightfully legends in their own, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, what my frequency, they frequency, it matches up. Those are my brothers. We made history. So we all the way up from top 5 DOA to Ignatius to Luch with his beast modes and, you know, his albums he put out with Tommy Boy Records and different various labels, and to P with his 30 albums he probably got out right now, from Empire to you know, Koch E1 Entertainment and his own labels and stuff like that, to getting them juiced up for life. A whole bunch, man, to getting the bartenders on. Shout out to Giant. You know, it's just the whole movement, man. Everybody's an extension of something that means something, and it's all one in the circle. You know what I'm saying? We all love to work out, be healthy, and be happy, and we love to tear shit down. You know what I'm saying? And show our ass when it comes to this music thing, whether it's doing beats or them, you know, them rapping, or it may be the other guys, they're tearing ass and they're rapping and stuff like that. So whatever it is, we just like to show our ass. We all from the hood, all from the grind. Some had it harder than others, some did worse than the others, but at the end of the day, we all share the common cause. It's putting out good music and putting the knowledge in those lessons through the music, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if people didn't know before, they definitely know now.
Yeah.
Y'all
Dayzel
have been
Machine,
so consistent.
no
Especially,
selfie, all that.
yeah.
Yeah, man, we keep going. It's a whole lot. As I mentioned, those other guys are still working. Got Whispers is Ad Edition. You know what I'm saying? I want to name drop Chris Rivers. He's a part of us. He's out there doing this thing in Arizona, if I'm correct. You know what I'm saying? He definitely got my cousin, my backbone, Dice Payne. You know what I'm saying? Dice been dropping hooks around here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's working on his album scheduled to drop this year, to break up too.
Nice.
You know, and that's my personal baby project. That's where you're gonna hear most of my production at. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm a producer, DJ, and an engineer. So, but you got Tony Moxburg, can't forget him. My man Perb, Luxury Music's brother Kanan. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole extension, man. It's a bunch of us brothers is working, doing some things, you know what I'm saying? But I can't forget those guys because they're in here working hard. They create music every day.
I love that. I love to hear that it's a bunch of y'all brothers in there doing something together. I love to hear stories like that.
Facts.
So before you became half man, half machine, right?
Oh man, it's a gift and a curse. As Luch said, it'd be a gift and a curse, Dayzel.
Could you would you mind? Well, before you became the gift and the curse, just kind of like mini Ripperton us a little bit. Walk us down memory lane and tell us about your story, how you got to where you are today.
Oh man, yeah, now I can get to that. So when I was a kid, basically, my brother and them was in the what do you call the promenade. They were like second generation rappers. We grew up with like Tony Tone and the Cold Crush, you know what I'm saying, being like blocks away from us. And of course, Flash and all them. So my brother is like a second generation rapper. He battled, God bless the dead, and just passed away, Jesse. And my other big brothers from the Force MDs. And this before all the record deals. So like those guys were battling, they were drawing up flyers and they were battling Harlem, Broadway International, Harlem World, T Connection, and all these different places in Connecticut. Fast forward, all those guys became something, you know, they started getting record deals and independent deals, and they started becoming the Force MDs. They started becoming Rockmaster Scott and the Dynamic 3, which happened to be my brother, who's the original Slick Rick from that group. He made the Request Line and Roof is on Fire. So I was kind of born into this thing. I was in the studios around the big guys. I was around the LL Cool J's. My mom was on the road with Roxanne Shante, being like her road mom and all that, you know, giving her comfort in the battles and all that, and helping LL get ready and stuff like that. Nice. So, you know, she ran out with my brother and his group. But yeah, they made 2 big hit records in the 80s. So I was around all the hottest producers of that era, Marley Marl, definitely Howie T. Howie T taught me a lot. Howie T gave me a Michael Jackson moment where I was on the boards messing with some mix he was doing, a beat from my brother's group, or whatever. And my brother's like, hey, don't touch the boys, it's expensive. Howie's like, nah, let him go ahead. Worst nightmare of his life, because after that wasn't no going back. So yeah, my Christmas just had to be records, turntables, mixers, drum machines. My birthdays had to be, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I got into it. So I was born into it. Fast forward down the line, you know, generations move on, records and groups die out. Things slowed up from my brother or whatever. So we was doing a production thing with a couple of groups underneath us. And then I just ventured out, tried my own thing with engineering, and it worked. As well as I had a rap group I call the Lost Boys. So I rapped and we was doing good. And I was pretty good, believe it or not. Don't ask me.
Lost Boys, your group was called not the Lost Boys.
Yeah. And I was running around with like my crew from Uptown Records and Remy and Prince Charles Alexander, the engineer on Biggie's album, and he was doing stuff for Puff. We was hanging out with Usher. I was babysitting Usher when Usher couldn't go nowhere. He was 14. Daddy Mac with my man Remy. All this is valid facts if you do the math and you ask a couple people out in the world. So fast forward, I sat down with Butt Nigga Tim Dog. We in D&D Studios with Butt Nigga Tim Dog. And Tim know I'm doing tracks. I'm with his man Remy, which is my man Remy, who's introduced me to all these new era guys and stuff like that. Jodeci, Puff and all that. They loving Remy. I'm like his boy. They meeting me, they loving me. We in the studios hanging out, we getting coffee, we doing the coffee boy thing and all that. We moving the Heavy D's car for Chad Elliott, the biggest A&R that engineered, they did all the stuff for 702 and Destiny Child. So small story short, you gotta edit this out. Because I'm going through a lot right now and I'm not.
I love it
to overprocess people, but as they say, the moment of truth is I go see Butt Nigga Tim Dog, going to play him some beats. We in D&D Studios, and I'm playing this track called the LB Baby. We shouting it out. It's off of Human Nature, Michael Jackson, before Nas even used the sample. And it's off of an SWV. I'm playing it. Butt Nigga's like, that's fire. So he calls some kids in and whatever. They come down. We chilling. They smoke. I don't smoke. I drink though, you know what I'm saying? So we drunk some liquor with them, whatever. I'm by myself. They're from Queens. What's your name? I'm Cheeks. I'm Dayzel. What's my man? That's Fly Tie. I think it was Spig Nice at that time was with him. And they're like, yo, that's your track. I'm like, yeah, that's the Lost Boys. I'm like, oh shit, that's my name. It wasn't even none of that. It was more or less like, you know, yo, if you make it first, yo, you know, you've been doing your thing. And I actually heard about them. I used to go to Christopher Columbus and Roosevelt High School in the Bronx. So when I got to Christopher Columbus, I knew a cousin of theirs that was telling me, he knew I was doing my thing, rapping and stuff during high school, doing talent shows. And he was telling me he had a cousin out there named the Lost Boys that I don't know who he's part of. But when I got to them, I was like, I was a pack, whoever made it first. You know what I'm saying? And one would come back, see the other. But, you know, they went on. They rushed it. They wasn't supposed to be scheduled to come out for a year. After they, Butt Nigga Tim Dog, their A&R manager, found out that, you know, we was doing our thing too. Like, they came out 6 months later. Like, they had money with their names on it and all that. Like, it was I cried like hell, man.
Oh, man.
That was the most hurtful feeling ever, man. But I was proud, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, I met him. It was dope. I was around the right mix, but, you know, my group was over. So my man went to the military. Me and my man stuck it out. We did our production thing together. We couldn't hold it. So he just forwarded me some equipment, wouldn't match with my equipment. I went on to France, started producing. And actually, I'm back in France now with those same people with a new artist that's like going to be top. And I worked with a top lady over there named Dimes, who's now Muslim retired, but she took over Motown Soul. She owns it. They made her president. She had like 8 albums after my first album with her 4 tracks. It went brick. And then she switched management, blew up. 7 albums later, she was like multi-million platinum over there in France. So them same people she worked with now is working with a new artist. Shout out Benjamin Epps. We got a new single coming out to exactly this week. In a few days, it'll be on the Colors show, which is like a Tiny Desk type of show. So I'm hoping to get a lot of great results from that. And he's going to change the game. Me and him over in France right now and bring hip hop back where they doing the drill over there. That's the story. So it's a lot, man. It's pretty heavy. I don't know if you want to even walk in these shoes, man. It's pretty heavy.
You got a beautiful history, though.
Yeah,
Beautiful
it's dope.
history.
It's dope. People wouldn't believe it when I tell it to them. Just like, yeah, right. He ain't doing that. You know what I mean? But I know a lot. When I say I'm hip hop, I'm hip hop. Like I was really there. Like
I mean, obviously,
I could tell you. I could not to cut you off. I could tell you when I remember when certain people got signed. You know what I'm saying? Like certain people I may be around or whatever. I could tell when they was coming in, when they got signed, when they were, small guys in the biz as opposed to big guys to where their career is at now. You know what I'm saying?
Like?
Because I was there before them. I was there when they wasn't even thought about. You know what I'm saying? So, but people tap in, they make their own history, man, and they get you know what I mean? They grow into who they are, who they're destined to be.
And I love it because your story is parallel to what we see in movies like Crush Groove and the Beat Street. Like everybody was one big family, and whoever made it first. Even like how you said you guys made the pack. I saw the same thing in the Salt and Pepper story. They made the pack. Whoever made it first, and they put Martin Lawrence on, and so that's so dope. Like, that is so dope.
It'd be like that because we were definitely in the era where our talents wasn't being discovered enough. You know what I'm saying? There was more than enough money to go around, but like people just wanted to get on. You know what I'm saying? And it was hard to get in a record deal. You hoped your boy was Puff and he worked that, or your boy knew Puff and he can go down and play the demo for him or something. Like you wished for that. You know what I'm saying? So that was definitely an era where it's different now, where everybody can be an artist by going on Instagram and going on something fly, doing a little dance and not hating, but like back then you really had to be dope. You really had to work for it. So, you know what I mean?
Right.
So long story short, if you were super dope, like you stood out and you were going to be discovered if you stuck it through, or you made yourself be discovered, like, you know what I mean?
So I guess then with you saying that, I guess it's fair to say for the longest time, all the dope talent was coming out of New York. Because New York was holding hip hop.
Not necessarily. That's to be all down south in South Carolina. They were playing me like hit records down there, talking about, yo, this is Tay-Tay from down there, in Charlotte or Fayetteville, like before the J. Cole's was even thought of. And you know what I'm saying? And before I was supposed to be signed with Hay in the Middle of the Farm, Social Conflict, and they went platinum, you know what I'm saying? And I haven't heard their record since I was 18 or 19, you know what I'm saying? And I was in a club, I think with Kiss, I was DJing. They started playing Hay in the Middle of the Farm. Club was going crazy. I was like, oh shit, this record ain't playing like over 25 years. Like, so there was always artists in the South who was doing it. Like, and my brother toured with Drake, like Dr. Dre, when he was in the Wrecking Crew. So then, and Ice-T was holding everybody down on tour. Like, he took my brother into the wing, and they was doing, like, all these guys as friends. We get on the road, start meeting people. You see each other at the same venues throughout the year. Y'all all start getting cool. Not everybody's kumbaya, but you start to get cool with a few people, and there was hip hop was all around the world. Like, of course it started in the East Coast. Of course it did. You know what I'm saying? Work, Cool Herc, Zulu Nation. You know what I'm saying? Bambaataa, whatever. They had all those guys that you hear of, and you're like, yo, who the hell are they? But they was taken to the park jams. They would just bring in Jamaica to the streets, you know what I'm saying? Open park jams, they were bringing jams, you know what I'm saying? And the most you hear about somebody getting jumped, fight, you know what I'm saying, or something like that, then it started going into the parties because they wouldn't let us in the clubs, you know what I'm saying? And then from there, it just started going to the West because where they thought it wasn't going to last, rock and roll was in, pop was in, it started making money. Those executives are the sons of the big executives started wanting to buy into this thing they call hip hop. So they started making small independent labels like Sleeping Bag Records and Select and all this, that, and the third. So I don't want to make it seem like I sound old, but that's pretty much the way it went to where it's at now. You know what I'm saying? And the add to that is it never left. You know what I'm saying? Like hip hop stayed, like, and it generated so much money. It brought so many lives together, brought blacks and whites together. It drew racial barriers. It had white kids outside wearing hats to the back,
Right.
rapping lyrics, you know what I'm saying? The Jay-Z
Right.
rapping Jadakiss lyrics, you know, whatever the case
Right.
may be. So, you know, that's cool and fortunate that it brought people together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, hip hop's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So we've established that you're a producer and you also said that you DJ.
Yes, ma'am.
So you produce, you DJ, and you engineer.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you do all three, but you became a producer first?
I was actually a DJ first.
Okay.
I used to sneak on my brother's DJ set while he was on tour or doing his shows, and they were doing like the promo dates and stuff as the records was taking off. The Roof is on Fire, New Questline. When they got their first promo dates, my brother had all the fresh equipment, like money's there now. So
Right.
I'm on there breaking needles. You know what I'm saying? We got all the records and everything. Like that's not an issue. And
Right.
then from DJing, and it's kind of like his other partner, Charlie Prince, like put me on to the beat drum machines. And actually, my first drum machine came from Tony KG of the Cold Crush Brothers. That's Tony Tone, and KG gave me my first Dr. Rhythm. He promised it to me and actually gave me my first Dr. Rhythm. And the rest is history. Charlie Prince gave me like a drum machine keyboard, sold it to me because nothing ever came free. Only my boy KG from the Cold Crush. But fast forward, I started getting into the producing, started getting into the machines and wanted to make drums and all that, because that was the thing. The drum was the thing back then. We wasn't even sampling really. You know what I'm saying? And I started getting into playing the little tunes. Shout out Manny from up the block of Webster Avenue. You know what I'm talking about if you see this. We'd be battling who could play the best TV tunes. You remember that? Your family ever did that? We had a little cassette keyboard.
No, they didn't.
You gotta ask
I had to do everything by myself.
Like, yeah. Everybody get on the keyboard. Now you don't get on the keyboard and play Cyndi Lauper or something like that, or Lean on Me.
I didn't grow up around my family, so I had to play with my imaginary friends.
Yeah, right. Now all good. So we used to play these little jingles, and that's how you make the beats, whatever. So nice. It was about who made the best jingles on the keyboard, but we wasn't four playing two hands. We were just one button in it. But fast forward, I think I went from that to actually just rapping. You know what I'm saying? I used to always try to take groups in my schools and make them a group. When I was in third grade, I was like, you gonna rap. That's your name, I write their rhymes. I tell them this is the part they gotta say. And I write my part. And I write the same thing my brother's group was doing. So nice. after school, we'd have little shows in the back, and I'd be like, come on, say the rhyme. And nobody took it seriously till I seen it. It was actually me by myself. So I was like, man, fuck this. I ain't rapping no more. Nobody want to say my rhymes. I come outside, the girls is ready to let go. And these guys got stuck, man. They got stuck. They tapped at their tongue. They didn't know their words, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
I wrote everything for them. We had planned this out. You know, you plan things out. You think strategically. Right. You know what I'm saying? You're mischievous and all that. So I think after that, I was just like, man, listen. I formed another group, my next door neighbor, my man Rendell, my next door neighbor Prince. Boom, did the same thing. I was like, and then I had to lock this up.
It's all good. Your timing is impeccable. I figured something was going on with the reception.
Yeah, so I just had to like regroup, bring it back again. Let me prop myself back up here. We doing this raw. Ain't no props in this interview.
Not here, but that's okay.
No light with the holder. No holder. We have it over there in the corner, but I don't even do interviews. You know what I'm saying? So I just did it for you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah. Now you welcome.
I like to interview the people behind the scenes, because a lot of times, like I deal with a lot of indie artists, and a lot of times they're always chasing the person that they see on TV or hear on the radio. But like I tell a lot of the artists that I talk to, hey, you got to talk to the people behind the scenes. You got to talk to that engineer. You got to talk to that producer, that manager, because that's that wheel, that's that driving force. That's their team. So
yeah. We are the most vital people to this whole situation of what they call music. You know what I'm saying? We're very important people. You know what I'm saying? We're just behind the scenes, overworked. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes underpaid. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we're legends. You know what I'm saying? We do it. We make it come to life. We make things happen. You know what I'm saying? You got the naysayers and the yaysayers, and That's what we do.
No, you're absolutely right. And I really want to talk about that because, like I said, I deal with a lot of indie artists. And as an engineer, you know, I hear music sometimes and I'm like, who mixed this? Who did this? This is terrible.
Yeah. Same thing I used to say. That's what got me into engineering, because I used to always, you know, besides liking my stuff to be crystal clear,
right,
and pristine, and wanting to change the sound and dynamics and sonics, I used to say to myself, like, yo, who mixed that Tribe Called Quest album? Like, I don't care if you wasn't into the Tribe. Tribe was dope. That was my vibe. It was mellow. But at the same time, who's this Bob Powers guy that's making this shit sound amazing? You know what I'm saying? So we look on the back of the CDs, we try to find out like who those engineers was.
That's
who those producers was that made those ill beats. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, absolutely. Because even for me, like I wanted to sing at some point in my life.
Right. Oh, okay. Dope. So you in tune, sis. You in tune.
Yeah, I'm a writer. So that's one thing I've always did coming up. Like I get those CDs.
And never stop writing.
Never stop. I'm still writing. I'm still recording.
I don't care how old you get, how through you think you are with the music business. Never blind a painter's vision. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Paint,
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Paint till you can't paint no more. You know what I mean? It's never over to the fat lady singing. I ain't heard her sing yet.
Nope. I don't go to operas. So I'll never hear it. So I was asking you before we had the minor technical difficulty. You were saying that you got into DJing first and then into producing and then into engineering, right?
Yeah, it kind of all fell. As everything failed, as I was going forward, I was winning because I was learning things, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I kind of just got rocket launched into engineering, because when I was in that group, we were booking sessions, we were stuck without an engineer. So my job was to keep that session running for the day. So I had to figure out how to do that with me being able to make beats and me an artist as well. So that day I became a recording engineer. And from there, I became a mix engineer, you know what I'm saying? So, and it took a long time to do that. Like the mixing process, you can't just go to school and get a certificate or a degree and mix. You gotta have hands in, you gotta have hours in, you gotta have mistakes, you gotta learn the equipment, you gotta go through terrible sessions, good sessions, like mistakes, in order to like really know how to master your craft at mixing, you know what I'm saying? And then mixing comes with, everybody's gonna take this Nike sweatsuit. Some people gonna like red. I'm no gang member, by the way, so it just happened to be a dope sweatsuit I thought I'd throw on for the day I didn't care about. But for the most part, somebody might take a blue one, a black one, a gray one, wear it differently. Like no one engineer is gonna be the same. So everybody has a special capability that people gonna go to them for. He's good for R&B. This one is good for pop. This one is good for hip hop. Or he did this. He did such and such album. So I want that same sound. So you know what I mean? It is what it is. And then your relationships is everything. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah. So a lot of times people, when they're trying to get into this industry, they might be multi-talented, right? So they're trying to do everything all at once. If you would have came in the game trying to do everything at one time, do you think that you would be where you are today?
I don't know. Because there's some exceptions, you know what I'm saying? There's some exceptions. But I mean, of course, no one really comes in the game without doing nothing from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta go through some bumps and bruises before you get in here. Like even Soulja Boy, listening to his story, like he had to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Make his own beats. You know what I'm saying? Through a video on YouTube and it took off. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a story to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really comes in overnight. It seems like it, but you know, it happens fastest for others than others, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah. So you've got to be the engineer for The Lox. You've also worked with DMX, Method Man, Nipsey Hussle, 50 Cent, Snoop.
Oh, how'd you know that?
Fabulous.
Oh man.
Ross. See, you're being modest. You're being modest. I want you to talk your shit.
I didn't know you do that. I'm a little nervous now.
I wouldn't be a good journalist if I didn't do my homework, right?
Yeah, nah, hey, I'm with the Kings in New York, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have a favorite that you like to work with?
Yeah, I definitely do. Besides my brothers and Dice Payne, I would definitely say it was Fab.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why Fab?
That was, yeah, he was dope to work with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Fab is one of my favorites.
Fab, I think a lot of people sleep on Fab. I don't think he gets the flowers he deserves sometimes. He's definitely dope.
Not at all. And he does so much, you know what I'm saying? He did South tracks, he did Cali tracks, he did East Coast tracks. Like, he could do a lot. He did chick records, like, you know what I'm saying? And each time he sounds just as amazing on each joint. So I thought that was dope because he's more multifaceted, you know what I'm saying? So he's on everything.
Yeah, and you're right about the swag. He's been on my timeline. Everybody's been posting him lately. Him in the gym, him in front of they're making fun of his gym clothes, him in front of, I think he was in front of some, it was an bright orange car, and he pretty much matched it. He's just all over the place.
Yo, y'all better leave my bro Fab alone. He fly, man.
Yeah, he fly.
He fly. That's just the Scorpio's thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think I'm dumbing it down. They're like, yo, that may be an ill sweatsuit or ill ensemble you put together. I may be getting it like I'm trying to dumb it down for the day. But I mean, some people can't. I know he can't help himself. You know what I'm saying? He's just that way. You know what I'm saying? Scorpios, we gotta be like, when you see us, we gotta be at our best. You know, even if we feel we at our worst. You know what I mean?
So tell me about some of the worst studio etiquette you've probably have come across.
Oh, interesting. The worst studio etiquette? As far as any specifics?
Nothing specific, but I know, okay, well, maybe I won't say worst studio etiquette, because I'm sure everybody has a different way on how they do things when they're in the studio. But I mean, have you ever like had work with artists that are just like, they keep punching in or they keep stopping, they don't know their lyrics, they come in, they want to bring a bunch of people, or they bring in unnecessary vices they don't need, or just pretty much unprofessional?
I mean, everybody, I've been fortunate. There's been some things that have irritated me, and not from my camp. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about from like other people's camp and stuff. But I don't know. I got a tolerance for certain things because I was brought up to be around certain things. You know, I'm also a street dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gangster. I'm not a criminal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just was in the streets. And I was around a lot of different street dudes. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was with a lot of intelligent people too. So, you know, video gamers too. So it's like, I'm used to it all. You know what I'm saying? But I would say it's pretty much, I don't know. I there's some stories, but for me, it's just like, I've been around so many different personalities, so I know how to mesh well. And it's not even fake, it's organic. So I'm used to it. But I would probably say the one that most gets on my nerve is when it's too many people with the entourage, when you're trying to work with the artist and everybody's jumping in like, nah, do it this way, nah, do it this way. But, you know, at the end of the day, that's their team. You got to accommodate them. You got to stand in your place and be an engineer. That's what separates me from the ass kissers or the yay sayers, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, you know what I mean? I'll tell the truth. But at the same time, I'll give room for everybody to do what they do, you know what I'm saying? And let them be comfortable in the environment, you know what I'm saying? Because that may be just how they work, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. But it's really when it's a lot of people and you're trying to get things done. But at the end of the day, they're only excited, especially when it comes out good. Everybody's dancing at the end of the night in the room, play that back, turn up loud. That's when you know you did what you were supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Would you say, well, I'm pretty sure there is. What would you say is one of the major difference between recording an artist like the Lox or just an indie artist?
The major difference?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, these guys. These guys don't punch in. That's the difference. Like they're gonna do it 16 times straight through and to get it right and it's comfortable, like how we used to do it. So that's what's amazing too, that they still keep those old school ethics where it's like, all right, you could punch in, because one word you might have slipped up on, but they're not. You know what I'm saying? And Styles is a beast because Styles and Kiss memorizes their stuff in their head. You know what I'm saying? You'll never, mainly Styles, you'll never see him with a pencil. You'll never see him with his phone, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he'll sleep and lay down for like an hour, smoke, get it, you think he's out. You're like, yo, grab your coat. Like, yo, Styles, see him on. Nah, I'm ready. He jump up and have a whole rhyme from beginning to end. And the beat on loop for like an hour and a half. You thought he was asleep. You thought it was over. You thought he was getting out the studio. He's like, nah, I'm ready to record this song. So, like, he's like a extraterrestrial when it comes to this rap thing, man. But that's a dope story. But yeah, you know what I mean? He's one of those guys. They're not gonna punch in, they're gonna do it all the way through a couple of times until it's right. A few times if the vibe is right, we get it on the first take, we may get it on the second or third. But if it takes 18 takes to go through, they're gonna do it. These young rappers is not. You know what I'm saying?
So as an engineer, it's easier to just do it all the way through and get it right rather than just keep punching in?
Yeah, it is. Because you can't punch in when you're on that stage. You know what I'm saying? Sure. So as that is, you're gonna have to learn that song one way or another when you're in front of that crowd. You can't punch in front of that crowd. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, some artists do it and it's dope. You know what I'm saying? I work with Young Buck and he was the best at it to me. I worked with also Rich Homie Quan and he did it. You know what I'm saying? I worked recently with Bobby Smurda. You know what I'm saying? He does. But, you know, I don't want to give away their secrets and as far as their craft because they're dope artists in themselves. But it works for some people. It don't work for everybody. But, you know, I thought when Buck did it, it was dope because he was giving me emotion. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when he was spitting his rhyme, he was giving me emotion. He was kneeling down, hunger pain, stomach. Like, you could feel all his energy, all his emotions. You know what I'm saying? But he wants to make sure he gets the best out of what he says when he says it. So when you catch the next line, he makes it rhyme. He already gave you that emotion plus that punchline. So I thought that was super dope of Buck. When Young Buck came in and he did that, and like when you played it back, it was just like, yo, listen to that boy spit, and you could feel all that that emotion. You felt all that down south grit. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to fry me some chicken wings, or now, you know what I mean? Like or barbecue something on the grill after that verse was done. You know what I'm saying? And play horseshoe. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Everybody got their little nifty thing about them. You know what I mean?
So what, could you explain what the difference is between the actual mix and mastering?
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you asked me that, yo. That's super dope of you. Because that's a question that nobody knows the answer to. And you're the first one to ever ask that. So mixing is the process of when you basically make everything leveled and radio ready, so to speak. You know, frequencies and levels and however the artists want to be on top of the beat or tucked in the beat. You know, whatever tricks may be done to the beat on the effects and reverb. And then after that, once you've got a tight mix, and you may have ran through the mix 2 or 3 times in 2 or 3 different days, or maybe 2 or 3 different months with 2 or 3 different studios. Once you finally got that mix, then it has to be mastered. Now, mastering is a process where they take the signal and the audio, the signal from that audio, and they enhance bass, more punch, more clarity to the highs, or it may be more wide open so you can actually hear more of the sounds come alive. You know, they have different spectralizers and stereo expanders and EQs and limiters to make that stuff happen that a mix can't do. You're supposed to have a mix kind of like flat, but knocking enough and clear enough. You're supposed to leave headroom and volume for the mastering process to take over by 4 dBs more and make things louder, boom more. And then that's the process that when it's finally ready for radio. Sometimes you can cheat it. You can mix and go straight to radio. We have done it, you know what I'm saying? But I know what to put on it, what mastering plugins they have out there that's actionable that actually works that you could use in the mix to make it just skip that process. But it's a process that don't need to be left out because all my mixing brothers who's been doing this for maybe since I was a kid, before I even thought about getting the music business, they would want to kill me if I said that for. So, you know, Chris Dillon.
Yes.
Man, their jobs are still vital, still important.
Oh man, your reception.
Yeah, I try.
It's all good. You know, that's the beauty of editing. So I'm gonna do my best to get all of the kinks out. So with all of this new technology and stuff, does you think it makes your job easier or more difficult to do?
Definitely easier. Definitely easier. Yeah, like for example, we could loop a hook. You know, back when we were on tape, because I remember I come from an older day. I'm a young guy, but I come from an older day because I was in the studio when I was young as a baby. So they had something like splicing tape and stuff like that, and you couldn't do no hook over. Like every time you did the hook, you'd have to go back in after the verse and do it all over. And if you stacked the hook like 4 or 5 times and made 4 or 5 different tracks in different tones, you would have to do it exactly that same way each time after you laid it. So it was a much more tedious process, but it was much more dope because it sounded better than the stuff we hear today that's on iTunes. It was warmer, thicker, tape was better. Analog was better sounding to me. Of course, any engineer probably agree with me, but now that we're in a digital world, you got to reform to it. But there's a lot more things that, even for example, I'll give an example. My boy be mixing for Trey Songz. An hour just to even do something like that, and that would take 8 hours or more. You know what I'm saying? Now it could be done in 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
I guess that does save a lot of time. Yeah.
The vocals are too loud or they're too low. Can you turn it up right in this section? You know what I'm saying? It takes you 5 minutes. Like it's in your email.
As you can charge more now, right?
Yeah. Back then, Guns N' Roses came in with a whole band and drummer and guitar, and now you got to go and like take their stuff off and put your stuff back, and that took 6 hours at $100, $200 an hour. You know, record companies ain't trying to hear that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So definitely, if that answers your question, computers made a whole lot easier.
Yeah, it sounds like it did. All that manual work.
Fact. Easy enough to make cryptocurrency. You can make some money on it.
We might have to talk about that.
You even got to go outside and pitch no nickel bags no more. We could just cash app you. Nah, I'm just playing. I'm giving away too many secrets. Let me stop.
No, we talk about that often. We talk that often.
I'm just joking. I ain't into none of that.
I edited it out.
I'm trying to get in that cryptocurrency though. That shit's for real. I don't know nothing much about it. They trying to explain it to me, man. I'm like, yo, I got enough to deal with frequencies, people, wires, like who has.
You gotta follow this person, follow that person.
Yeah, now I gotta learn. Yeah, now I gotta learn what the cryptocurrency is. I'll get my money out when it's done. Like, if I made $1 million, like, how do I get it out? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be stuck in the air. I need it.
Oh yeah. You gotta put it on a crypto card. So
yeah. I know in some ways it's telling me, but I gotta learn that whole process. But it's dope what's going on out there, though.
It is. It really is. It's even making young millionaires, which is cool.
Right. I heard. Is it really that real?
Yeah, it is. My cousin, he's like 20 something, but he really recently just got into it, and he called me one day. He was like, "Cuz, you need to do this. I just made $6,000." Said, wait, the last time I asked you about it, you wasn't messing with it. Now you telling me I need to do it because you over there getting rich off.
A lot of that going on here in New York. A lot of that. I ain't fucking with that. And then pardon my French. And then all of a sudden, crypto's the way to go. I'm like, yo,
Like, okay, what did I
commercial.
miss?
Crypto's the way to go. I'm like, what?
Right. But so yeah, back to you though.
Uh-huh.
So out of the beats that you made, have you ever made a beat that you felt like, nah, it wasn't gonna make the cut, but then it ended up being like something that everybody was like, yo, I gotta hop on that.
Every beat I make.
Really?
Because
Really?
you never know. Every beat I've been in competition all my life, man. Like it's crazy when it comes to the beat thing. Like used to run out of labels and all that, and it's like, yo, but we got tracks and tone. What makes sense? Use your joints, yo. They got to be mixed and all that. Like, oh, I don't have a studio to go into. I don't have the money to go in studio. So it's like I've been dealing with that all my life. So I'm probably used to it, which makes a special thing for me. So when somebody does use it, I'm amazed, or I'm just not that excited. You know what I'm saying? Till when it happens, it's like, oh, okay, it happens. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. It's
Do you
weird.
have a
Some people
favorite?
know they got it. I know I had it, but it's just like I was different too. So I was always waiting for the right person to hop on my mix and make them what they were. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm assuming I would think a lot of producers want to be, yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I was hyped when Kiss jumped on my joint when it first started. We did like the year in 2009. Snipe Life was on it. A few other people or whatever.
That was on your album, right?
Nah, that was his. That was the Let's Make It Happen. Champions Here Part 3. That's the freestyle with the freestyle he dropped on the verses and all that. I was on that album with a joint called Coach of the Year. And they was like, yo, he used it. He wrote to it and everything. Like he laid it down. I was like, yeah, right. Nah, you lying. It's like, nah, seriously. Like, yeah, I heard it. No, I got to hear this joint, man. I still didn't believe it. It wasn't until like I went down south. I was meeting my cousin Dice Payne as a grown man because I haven't seen him in a while. You know what I'm saying? I remember the kid, Dice Payne. I don't remember. I haven't seen a grown-up Dice Payne in years. His sister passed away. My cousin Taib. So we went to a memorial, and basically I was there, and I got a call, and I was telling him like, "Yo, cuz, yeah, I'm doing my thing up New York. You rap, da 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 da. You sing, we got to work together, man." I saw it, heard it. I was kind of excited for the first time, like ever. Like, oh shit, like it really came true. But I had manifested that anyway. You know what I'm saying? I had manifested when I had the home studios. I used to have Gravy, 2 550 Cousin, like all the little hottest local guys, Shells, they come to my house and all that. But I was like, yo, I gotta get my music to somebody that can make a difference. Like I gotta run amongst the big boys. I never did that here in the States. I did it in France, but I never really did that in the States. And I also was working for Alicia Keys with Jeff Robinson and Conrad Robinson, due to my man Sean Dew, and her hype man, old hype man at the time, Freak Nasty, was one of my neighbors and my childhood friends. I listen to these guys. I'm a fan of these guys. Like I followed their careers. Like we was around each other at the same time. So, like, oh shit, Jadakiss is rapping off my joints. I was excited. You know what I'm saying? And that was just a mixtape, but it was crazy to hear J. Arms had it on like the instrumentals, and all the kids around the world was going to YouTube doing freestyles off of it too. So I'm like, yo, I'm fake famous for, you know what I'm saying? Like that was pretty dope. You know what I mean?
And then he did it, like you said, he did it on the verses. So
well, not that song, but that song, Who Shot Your Freestyle, was that same Champions Here Part 3 album mixtape. You know what I mean? So all that was dope. You know what I'm saying? Being on there with Nicki, my joint, you know what I'm saying? With Nicki Minaj, Kiss. This one, that one, that one. So that was when it was like, oh, this is surreal now. All right, I'm just going down. Maybe that's the only time I felt it, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, I did a couple of joints and like, I feel like, yo, it's dope. It's going to make it. But the artist maybe felt like, yo, that's not strong enough to go on the album. But then the label got a hold to it. Was like, nah, you tweak it. Like that joint is the perfect joint. And it went out, you know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Yeah. Maybe it didn't get the push it was supposed to get or something. I guess I felt special about the Coach of the Year because it was just a mixtape. So it was just like for the dopeness, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, well, a lot of mixtapes be better than the albums. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you were at the verses.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what was up with all the people on the stage? Like, why y'all couldn't? Like, why people just couldn't stay off the stage?
I don't know. Dipset wanted to be fancy, man. They wanted to be fancy. I guess because we was in Harlem, it's Madison Square Garden is close to get to Harlem. You know, those are our family members, man. It was a bugged out.
That was, I think that was. Wait, you're breaking up again. I can hear you. I just don't see you.
Okay, I should be back. 1 2 1 2. We back.
All right, shit. There we go.
We back.
It's like that.
It's like that. Yeah. So what you were saying now?
Oh, you were saying they were being fancy. Dipset was being fancy.
Yeah, they wanted to be fancy, man. My big brothers wanted to be fancy. Now I guess Harlem is closer to the Madison Square Garden. You know what I mean? Yonkers is a little further out. Bronx is a little further out. Peoples came down. It was dope, man.
It was dope. Yeah.
It was the Hood Grammys. You know what I'm saying? It was the Hood Grammys for both groups. You know what I'm saying?
It was
like I know people that walk around in Yonkers with Dipset D-Block tattoos. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen that 10, 20 years, like 10, 15 years ago. I'm lying, about 10, 12 years ago. But those are two impeccable street groups, you know what I'm saying, that everybody dearly love, you know what I'm saying? So you could barely get them to do that. And they know each other very well. They've been friends for years, you know what I'm saying? Did shows together and all that. But the energy in the room was fucking tense, you know what I'm saying?
So that was real?
Oh, hell yeah. But, you know, I mean, they play nifty because, like I said, they have relationships. No, now you got to remember, too, both groups are pretty tough groups. Like, they're no pushovers. Like, I ain't gonna lie about that. Like, you should very well, not you personally, but a lot of people should very well know that. Like, there has to be a chemistry, you know what I'm saying, in order for that to not go wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's hip hop, man. It's hip hop.
Well, I'm glad it didn't, because that was like one of the dopest verses, man. Like, really, that they've had. I loved it.
Right. That's a fact. It's a fact. But that's hip hop. That's how it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's hip hop. So, okay, back to you. Let's talk a little bit about being a producer. Or maybe you can give me just a little tea. Lately, like, I'm not gonna say lately, but often, every so often, we hear stories from people saying, "Oh, this producer stole my beat," or "This producer is taking all of the credit for this other producer."
It happened to me. This is the gift and the curse part. Happened to me twice.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So there's been major producers, like other producers, that have taken your beat and got the credit.
No, not at all. Thank God, unfortunately. There's been similar situations where people have had similar ideas and sat right underneath my nose, and like that idea came out like right after mine or before mine. You know what I'm saying? Or like you can listen to I won't even go there with that. You know, it's politics, but you can hear it happen. Like you can basically like know like for a fact that you got jacked. But you know, on the flip side, me working for this bigger group that I work for in the rap game, I've had some family member, you know, boyfriends be like, "Yo, I sent them that beat." Like, for blah, 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 blah. First off, I don't really accept beats, you know what I'm saying? But I do because I got to be an engineer. But you have to be like on a certain plateau, or we have to have that established that yo, you wanna, you know. And I might give you a play, I might play something, hear it out, and be like, "Yo, I think this is fire for you, Luch, your kids, whatever." Throw a bone or two, you know what I mean, for a producer. But in this situation, I don't remember getting the beats at all. And I've heard a lot of people say that happened to them. And I was like, yeah, right. But it really happens. Like people could be like, yo, I sent them a beat, whatever the case may be. And the next thing I heard this one rapping off of it. Wasn't the case, because when I was like, yo, who gave me the beat? It was like, no, it wasn't me that gave it to you. Like, so the story switched by the time I approached them. You know what I'm saying? We were at like a family funeral, and I was like, yo, did you tell such Like, it's cool. Keep dying my batteries.
Nah, you good. I'm on your side.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, where was we at now? You're gonna be. This is not live. We're gonna be able to edit this, right?
Yeah. This is editable. I don't know if that's a word, but yeah.
All right, cool. I heard you.
You were just saying. Last thing you were saying. You was at the funeral, and you was asking about the beat.
Oh yeah. So I'm at this funeral, and the kid, I had approached him, like, pulled him to the side. I was like, yo, I stole your beat. Something like somebody's telling me. He was like, nah. I was like, nah, let me know if something transpired. I need to know, because maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe something did happen or something like that. I just wanted to get down to the details of it all. So when it came down to it, the moral of the story was, nah, he didn't send it to me. He sent it to somebody else, and that somebody else had a similar idea that this person rapped over it or whatever. So I was like, all right, cool. But don't say I did that, because if you never gave me a beat, then don't say because you gave that to somebody else who allegedly knew that person, like, you blame it on them. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, like, because it could be a real situation where you have a lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? You have a standing, whatever you want to do. But, don't say that you gave it to me if you didn't give it to me, because I definitely know I screen my producers out. I have to still be the engineer, so I can't be biased to like producers and them being better than me or having hotter shit. Like, I don't care about none of that. I care about the concern of the project, like who's bringing the best efforts forward. You know what I'm saying? Because I still have to be an A&R/engineer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not too hung up on being a producer anymore. You know what I mean?
Right. Now you were saying for other producers to even present their beats to you, or for you to present them to other people, they have to be of a certain caliber. Like, how could
usually you have to, in those situations, I usually take it the way that fools take it. Like, it's usually family, like they've been around or I've been introduced, and we got like a couple of months or years into relationship. That, they're welcome here. They probably been here before I was here, or they've been coming here before I was here while Pools was engineering or something. Like, you can't be biased to that. You know what I'm saying? Like me and Scram is the dopest producer, one of the dopest producers in New York. You know what I'm saying? One of, there's many, but he's one of them. And I think, shout outs to Scram, and he's an excellent DJ, one of the dopest DJs in New York too. And like me and him, he calls me and I call him, like we're brothers all the time. We never even worked together except like me mixing on his beat or something like that, or him coming here with me and working on editing. And there's no biasness, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't make that album, he did, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, we get in, you know what I'm saying? He got some dope shit. I'm taking it and creating the vibe and setting the tone, mixing wise, and bringing it to life, and that's my job at the moment. So it's like, you got to know your lane, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't take nothing personal in this business, like, because,
Yeah.
We got to be a team player, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you got to know who the team play with, you know what I'm saying? Don't bring me nothing less than Kobe, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm Jordan, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
I will say that, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Absolutely. So another stories that you hear about sometimes as producers, they sample beats and then they give it to these artists and don't tell the artist that it has a sample in it. And then these artists go out and they're using this song and they're the ones.
Oh man, that happened. I hate that situation. Yo, that happened so bad. So I had red eyes for like 2 days dealing with some shit like that. We was working on a particular album and Beloved. Like, I'll say it, I'll say shout out to my team. We was all excited and everything, man. So everybody was bringing samples to the table, and Pools was A&R in it, and then like I was scheduled to mix it, and it was a dope project. It's Thousands Dave East, man, and all the producers, we didn't know. So even I had a sample joint, but I played mine over. Pools pushed me. I was like, man, it don't sound the same, Pools. I'm not even doing this, man. I just fall back. I'll lose the whole situation. So that's me. You know what I'm saying? That's me. I'm a noble dude. You know what I mean? I stepped on and stepped back, but Pools kept pushing me. So I got mines done. Mines were sounding dope. It's like everybody's saying, it started sounding better than the original. So I fell in love with mines. But the other 8 producers with the other 8 songs, now you got 12 songs, you do the math. If 8 of them got samples and 8 got to be replayed, and they all say they're not sampled, and you go and mix it, you just mixed 8 songs. Now, if the label catches it, which happens to be Def Jam, they have an A&R down there who listens for samples. It's called a sampleologist. He's listening for people lying. If you say you don't use a sample for the first time and they catch it, now you got to replay it. So we had to replay 8 songs. So now that became 16 mixes for me. I got 5 business days to turn this project in. So 16 mixes, on the 16 mixes, they still kept catching samples in there. So now you got to completely get rid of them and replay them, which makes elements of, you know what I'm saying? Elements of is a whole different level of sample clearance, but it's way easier than actually using the sample, you know? But it still has to be cleared and paid for, but it's a lesser process, makes it easy. So now we come back to the table again. More story is, I had to mix the record 8 more times, same record. So this is a total of 24 records now that I had mixed within the first 72 hours. Eyes red, 2 hours of sleep, and 4 hours of sleep in 3 days. Eyes bloodshot red. I gotta get my check. I gotta turn in this project. I gotta deliver. I never want to go through that again. If I ever go through a situation like that again, I might have to put pause on some of these producers. Don't lie about using the samples. Just tell the truth. It'll set you free. You won't lose placement. You won't lose a placement. I promise
you. Yeah, that and it still happens. I mean, I've even pulled some indie artists to the side and say, "Oh yeah, I like that sample," and they'll swear me up and down. Ain't no sampling, and I'll be like, "Yeah, nah, kid, you need to go and check this again."
And the worst part about it is, no one's calling. No one. No one's calling the artist. No one's calling the A&R. They all calling me. The A&R's calling me. Why it's not in yet? What's up with that producer? The labels attacking me in the emails. Hey, you ready? You finished? What's going on? So on. The artist is calling me. Hey, did you get it from the producers? What's going on? Yeah, like I'm the one that's getting the whole fluster of everything. So it was crazy.
Wow. Well, yeah, that sounds tiring. Yeah.
Wasn't. But it was dope. It was one of the dopest projects I did.
What's the favorite? Your favorite?
Shout out to my big brother, Styles Bay.
Babies. So what's your favorite project you've ever worked on?
Ooh. Favorite project? Favorite project? I don't really have none. There's a few, but I can't say one was better than the other. You know what I'm saying?
Top 5.
Probably would be top 5. Probably would be top 5. That was my first official United States major label album I did that I had some involvement with, as far as like editing, pre-mixing. I didn't mix that album, but like pre-mixing and getting it ready and a lot of the sound effects and the stutterers and all that stuff, that's all me. You know what I'm saying? The filter effects. It's a gift and a curse too, because you do that stuff and then some of the producers don't like what you're doing in the material, but the majority do. They're like, yo, you treated the music like it was your own, like as if you made it. Right. You know, but you have to love what you do. You have to be a Quincy Jones in your situation. If you're going to orchestrate, you have to orchestrate.
Right.
So I would probably give it the top 5 just because it was the first major label project in the United States that I've ever done.
So what's the difference, the biggest difference you've seen between working in the States and working over in France?
Oh, France is dope. The freedom. It's love and all over there. Like, it's no particulars, it's no politics. It's no thresholds. You know what I'm saying? Like they just make music to make music and create, and that's what's dope about over there. Because that's a place of peace and love over there. Everything is love over there. You know what I mean? It's the land of love. So it's just like it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? They light something up, smoke some hashies, and like put some words together, pour off some pain. They talking about the politics. They talking about whatever it is they going through, and it's just like they put it out. And if it is a hit, if it ain't a hit, like people feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like they're dope. They know names, times, your family members, what first record you did. They know all the history about you, like as opposed to like in the United States, we're like, who's that? Where he came from? What record? Oh, that's the record he said. Like, nah, over there, like they know what year you was born.
Yeah.
Like, they know when you started rapping, like what you changed your name to. Like they're much more better historians than we are. You know what I'm saying? And they appreciate music.
That's dope.
And I guess it's like that. If you got an abundance of anything, you learn you're just used to it. You don't learn to appreciate it. When you don't really have an abundance, you start to appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So the same applies, wow, with hip hop, wow. That's probably why so many artists like going overseas. The love is probably so much different than
hell yeah. Less money, but more work. You know what I'm saying? You're going to stay over there for a month. You're going to work every day. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have work for you every day. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Benjamin Epps. That new single, La Peeps, Part 2. It's going to be crazy overseas. Watch. You're going to hear Dayzel's like the RZA over there or something with France. Now I'm just playing.
Oh, snap.
It's a real movement. Yeah. Check for him, man. That kid is really dope. Like, you can almost understand what he's saying. It's so crazy. He ends every sentence with like an American word. He's an African kid. Benjamin Epps, he's definitely like the next one to take over there. Like, you know what I mean? If I had to put him on a level of Big meets Benny the Butcher / Conway / Kiss, that's all of him wrapped up in once, and he's bringing hip hop back, something incredible over the France.
Wow.
Yeah, they loving it. I'll be posting them, like, you know what I mean? So look out for Benjamin Epps real soon. Our first single together off his new EP, The Peeps. He's doing Colors show. You know what I'm saying? He's touring already with no album out. He's touring off his old album, and he has consistent dates. This kid is amazing. So watch out for him.
I'll definitely be looking for him. Definitely. Yeah. And what other projects are you working on right now?
I heard Let's Make Something Happen. Let's make something happen. You know we're gonna deliver. You know, Sheik getting ready to do something. Styles definitely got something up his sleeve. You know, that I might have spoken about earlier. There might be a part 2 in the works.
Nice.
It might be actually done. I might be in the process of mixing it. I ain't gonna tell it. I'm just playing, you know. But everybody's working, man. So there's stuff going on. Like I said, Dice Payne's doing his album. I'm working on something on my own, a compilation album with all my favorite artists that I like to work with. I'm just trying to figure out my features and who will give me my favors. You know what I'm saying? But I'm working on the album as well.
Nice. I'll be looking forward to that too.
Yes, thank you. And it's not going to be hip hop. This is going to be hip hop or R&B. I do play keyboards for y'all that don't know. So I'm a master. I'm a jack of all trades, a master at none. So that's why I'm able to do all these things, because I just love doing them. You know what I mean? Being limitless. You know, if you know what that means. So yeah, I do play. So you're gonna hear some R&B, you're gonna hear some hip hop. You might even hear some dance. You know what I mean? Some Euro. You don't know what you're gonna get. Whatever I feel, that's what you're gonna get. But you're gonna get a Dayzel album. Yeah.
I love it. I definitely love it. I'll be looking forward to that. Let me know so I can.
Yeah, that's a fact. We might need you on some vocals. We might need you to lay something down.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll fly out there.
All right, bet. It'd be a blessing. We're doing a couple of things, man.
Yeah.
R&B, pop. You know what I'm saying? For what I'm going for my project, I would be blessed to have you on it. It'd be dope.
I'd be blessed.
See how that works? You never know. You never know. And if we didn't have that conversation, you never know. I might need you. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. It's true. Closed mouths don't get fed on both ends. So yeah.
At all. And dope is dope. So it is what it is.
Yeah. So would you, if you had the opportunity to do a versus, would you battle anybody?
Who, me?
Producer or DJ wise?
I thought about that, but I mean, we grew up doing that too. So it's like, whatever, like whoever, I don't care. Like, you know what I mean?
But we
And I
haven't
ain't
seen
nice.
it.
I ain't even that nice with certain things. Like DJing, I'm not nice. Like, let me tell you, that's technician and DJ, my brother. Tech,
Okay.
That's our DJ. Tech. And I got a cousin named Marvin Scratching. And I'm sure everybody got a cousin named DJs. Like this the Scram Jones. There's some nice guys out there. So, but then there's some guys who could like Bismarcky. Like Bismarcky wasn't a technical, God bless his soul, DJ. Bismarcky could rock a party.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And not even like Vicky one time, but the shit he's gonna do, gonna say, and that record he's gonna play, as opposed to that guy standing on stage who's nice, he's doing tricks and you're like amazed by the stuff he does, but that's not gonna say he's gonna rock the ball.
Right.
You know? But for the most part, you know, DJing is like an art and a show-off art in itself that when before you say you're gonna battle somebody, you better have your best A game. I've seen some people throw turntables on fire while scratching and stuff like there's tricks. So yeah, that's you know what I mean? But I'll battle with anybody. I don't care. We grew up like that. I get ashamed, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna do my thing. They're gonna be like, I'm gonna make a funny story of it. You're gonna be like, oh, I remember when. It's gonna be normal, you know. Yeah.
And it'll be in your book.
Yeah, I ain't backing down from none. It's hip hop. You know what I mean?
So who are some of your favorite artists that are out right now?
Definitely have a few. Roddy Rich.
Oh, I love
definitely
him.
Little Baby. Definitely Dub Baby. Definitely I don't want to leave this kid. Yellow Beezy.
Uh-huh.
And there's one more, Trippie Redd.
Okay.
A lot of people like ain't into that, but like I was feeling that kid. Like I was listening to the subject matter and stuff. He's dope. Another one is Tyler the Creator. I've been on Tyler the Creator's wave since he began because I thought that kid was a little different, a little funny, but at the same time he's dope. Mac Miller was a favorite of mine. Love me some Mac Miller.
I was just watching his Tiny Desk.
Huh?
I just was watching his Tiny Desk the other day.
Yeah. Anderson .Paak. Oh my God, Anderson .Paak probably like my number one right now. Yeah. Knowledge X. Like I'm on that wave. A lot of people don't even know about the Knowledge X project, but I'm on when him and his man get together and they do those remixes of the albums and before the Anderson that we know, like the Knowledge X projects. Anybody hear me say that, they know what I'm talking about. So like I'm on Anderson hard for like the past 3-4 years.
Okay.
His underground stuff and his mainstream stuff.
Okay.
Anybody else, traditional hip hop, of course, my crew, the Locks, LOX. Definitely feeling Dave East. Definitely feeling the Griselda family. Benny's a beast. I worked with those guys too. I worked with Benny. I haven't worked with the rest. I've met the rest, or whatever, and talked to the rest, whatever. But Benny is definitely one that I know and I've worked with. And Benny's a killer, like on that mic. Benny's very dope. I like Logic. I like everybody. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Oh no, I gotta take it over to the West Coast. Mozzie. What's the young kid? Me and Dice be playing him all the time. Like young, starts with a B. Bugs, Boogie or something like that. On the West Coast track. No, not A Boogie. Not A Boogie. Boogie.
Oh, okay, he's from Harlem, right?
Huh?
He said he's from Harlem, right?
No, Boogie is from California. Boogie is from, let me see. Oh man, I'm probably saying the name wrong, man. But it's this kid out there. I got his track in my phone. I wish I could say it, but the phone is there. Who else? I'm feeling my man, the Bing Bong, He's doing his thing right now. Mims, or whatever we call him. Yeah, it's a few, man. It's a few. Everybody, hip hop is coming back. Like everybody's getting lyrical. It doesn't just have to be like our style of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? But it could be something from the South. It could be something from Florida, Miami. But lyrics are coming back. It's not just like let's make a hit record and shuck and jive. Like lyrics are coming back with good beats, whatever way they coming, whether it's trap, soul, neo soul, hip hop. Like, people are getting back into lyrics now.
Right. Yeah, they are. I've noticed that, and I'm good because I'm happy about that because some of that stuff I was like, okay, what we doing?
Yeah. Even Summer Walker, I was listening to her when people told me she had no problem. Yeah, she's bringing real R&B back. She's bringing lyrics back. She's not telling you to jump in the rodeo show and throw her $1 million from the money counting machine. Like she's really bringing like the love effect back. So it's like lyrics, man. Lyrics coming back.
Yeah, lyrics. Yeah, you ain't lying about that. So I want to play this little game with you real quick.
What type of game?
It's called Emoji This. So it's called Emoji This. Yeah.
Told you. All right. So what's the name of it again?
Emoji This.
Emoji This. Okay, I figured that. Okay.
So I'm gonna just say a couple random phrases, words, places, or a person, and you're just gonna give me an emoji face.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, cryptocurrency.
Cryptocurrency?
Okay. DJ Kool Herc.
DJ Kool Herc?
DJ Kool Herc. Which one is that?
Kool Herc?
No, which emoji?
Oh, that's smiley face. That was my portion of smiley face. That's just all ears, like happy, like ah.
Okay.
That's the Dayzel happy face. Ah.
2022.
2022?
Yep. Good year so far.
Starting off right way. Yeah.
That's good. Brooklyn Nets.
Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, that part. Let's see. Godfather or Harlem? Great show. I actually got to interview the executive producer. Great show. Great show. Yeah.
Forest Whitaker's the best.
Man, that show. Woof, I love it. And Jadakiss.
Jadakiss? Jadakiss? An emoji for my boy?
Yeah. Listen, before Jadakiss, I practiced that laugh so many times.
That would definitely be the tongue out with the eyes open, like
Oh man, that would be such a dope emoji. I swear.
That was funny.
I wish I could do that laugh. I'll try, but no, I'm not gonna do it. So
or something only he could do.
Yeah, really, literally. Do you have any favorite experiences or memories that you could share with us?
Yeah. The first question was, to be clear?
Favorite experiences?
Besides the one I'm thinking about, yeah, there was another one. And the other one was Versus, when I actually they started doing the melody of chick records. during that moment, I almost cried. I was in the back, like, oh, look my biggest man. You know what I'm saying? So like everybody else saw it too. Like you was about to cry. That was a dope experience because I felt like, hey, my brothers finally got the accolades, you know what I'm saying, for who they was and what they done, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, that was a long time coming. And one thing that I really appreciate about watching that watching the Locks was their showmanship. It truly showed, you know, the way they were coordinated, the way they were organized compared to, you know, no disrespect, but it just wasn't the same energy coming from the Dipset side. And I just could see a huge difference. And I so appreciate that. I really do.
Right. Well, you gotta remember, like everybody kind of should know it. Like this group always been together. There never was no breakup. Like it was always a group, even though they have solo projects or whatever. So they've always been together. It's actually a group. Like Dipset is kind of like a crew that was put together, but Dipset consists of two main characters, which is actually really Cam and Jim Jones. Really more or less Jim Jones with the Dipset. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, they're a crew, you know what I'm saying? But that you know, D Block is a crew too, but like the Locks is a crew, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That never left. So, and another great moment is probably my son, my last son, who was born 5 years ago. He's now 5. When he was being born, I raced to the hospital from the same here studio. Oh, wow. Actually, it was the oldest studio from down the block. We were like a block away. I had raced up to like Boston, Massachusetts in 2 hours and a half. It's supposed to be a 3 hour and a half to 4 hour trip. For some weird reason in that day, I got up there in 2 hours and a half. And I just missed my son being born by maybe 10 minutes. I was downstairs changing while he was coming out the womb. When I got upstairs and I held him, I called his name. He opened up his eyes and turned his head and looked right at me. And that's not supposed to happen. Like fresh out the womb, they're not even supposed to be able to see you, let alone they can hear you, but turn around and move their neck and look at you. So that was a crazy moment for me too. And a lot was going on. I think what else you need to know just dropped. That was a single off of Filthy America's album. We had just did Savior with Dice Payne, and that was about to be a next single or whatever. And that was dope. And there was just a lot of things, good things happening that year. So like when that happened, I was just like, whoa, oh shit. It was some golden child moment. Yeah. Shout out to my little son, J Mel, my little Junior, and Jalea, Justin, Jada, and Jordan. Those are my kids, those are my babies. All 5 of them.
Whose name begins with a J?
All of them, including mine.
Okay, you. Okay, it's you.
Yeah. Yeah. JDFs. Everybody's a JDF all down the line. Yeah.
So you've given us a lot of history tonight. Wow. What are some of the biggest changes you've seen over the last 10 years?
Computers.
Okay.
The way to be able to work a record. Because our era, you really had to get out there, meet people, know people, work with people. Now you can just you can be a ghost, get on the computer and email somebody something and work a record like that. Like, it actually makes it worse because you don't get the chance to like indulge into that artist and who that personality is, you know what I'm saying, and who they are and what they repping, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't give the DJ a chance to even know. So I think that's why you get the microwave effect. Like today is your favorite record, but next week you're already on to this other guy, or whatever his record is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what advice would you give to all the aspiring DJs, engineers, producers?
Work and work freely and let love live and let love flow. In other words, love your work and let it flow, bro. Let it flow, sis. Like, don't put a bottle top on it. Like I've sat with from some of my favorite artists that I'm working with now, who's brewing, and I think they're dope and they're up and coming. I've heard them say they want I want to be a boss. I'm a boss. Like this ain't about being no boss. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I had to tell them that, and they respected it, and I respect what they said. Because that's what they want to do. And that's fine. You want to be an entrepreneur. You want to establish yourself, But the thing is, we do this for, and we've always did this, those who really concerned and care about the state of hip hop. And I hope a lot of you hear this message and it stays with you. Do this because you dope. Do this because you love it. You know what I'm saying? And do this because it flows freely through your body. Let no one hinder your words. Let no one hinder your speech. it's all the same as with politics and political stuff as well too. You know, it's the freedom of speech. It's the First Amendment. So, you know, everybody should be able to articulate themselves and be who they be, you know?
Yeah.
So just love what you do and do it. You know what I'm saying? Let all the other stuff come. Let the people judge what you're gonna be and who are you and if you're that next Jay-Z or Beyonce. Like, don't, you know, it's cool to say that you're gonna be that. You might be, but at the end of the day, you better be dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You better study your craft and lift your craft. So when you say that you that next Jay-Z and Beyonce, people see it and they hear it and they know it. You know what I mean? But yeah, just be who you be and just let your shit flow. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, always stay in your craft and let it flow. You know what I mean? Don't worry about the particulars. And like all that stuff will come. You'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Or people will figure you out. And they'll learn how to adapt to you. You know, but be dope. Be a force to be reckoned with. Be a machine.
Yeah.
And I still got a long way to go. I got to do way more things than I'm supposed to that I ain't done yet. But when I turn around and I look at what I accomplished so far, I thought it was super dope. It's just I got so much more I want to do. You know what I mean? So much more I have to do. I got to get Grammys. I got to try to attack hit records. Like some people say, forget that, Dayzel. Nah, that's good. That's what I want. Don't tell me to forget that because that's what I want to do. I feel I'm accomplished when I had that. You had it, so let me have it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's that.
Well, it sounds like you're about to be there. So
we growing. We growing. We got still one more. My man Kiss said on his album. 1 more mile to go. 1 more mile to go, sis.
You gonna manifest it? Yes,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That's really all I had for you today.
Nah, that was dope, man. That was dope. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I wasn't too boring. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I hope I was insightful, and I hope I had some stories to tell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nah, dope. I appreciate it. Shout out to Chivonne, my homegirl out there repping it to the fullest. Hip hop, music, the talk around the block, the neighborhood, the politics. Say what in the streets?
Say what? Yo.
Say what?
Yo. Thank you.
What? Nah, definitely got it, man. Say what in the streets. Tune in. Chivonne, man, she got it. Say what in the streets? It's Chivonne. That's what's in the streets. Check for D Block, Dayzel, The Machine. We out.